Hello everybody, this is Spring and we're back here with a new What If series. This is What If Deku was in a zombie apocalypse and in an all-girls school. Okay, let's... Oh, sorry. In this video, I'll be trying out something new for the way that I'll be representing this. So let's get into some background information on this. The reason that he'll be going to an all-girls school is because in this world, only females have quirks. Except for every 10 years, where two boys get brought into the world, and they have, and it's actually all girls in the entire world. It's only girls, and only and it's still, and there's no quirkless population. It's there. Everybody has a quirk, even if it's even if it's useless. So now let's get into the what if. Okay, so this story starts off with Izuku fighting a zombie. Now, let's get into first person view of, like, Izuku. You're probably wondering how I got here. See, I'm Izuku Midoriya, and I'm in a zombie apocalypse. I don't know if I should start this from the end or from the beginning. Let me think. I think I'm going to start this from the beginning. See, this all starts off when I was on a date with my girlfriend, Ochako Uraka. Then this guy came out of nowhere. He looked like a zombie. Yeah, well, because he was a zombie. Then he started biting everybody, with everybody that he bit turning into a zombie. Then, I told my Ochako that we should get out of there. But then we got cornered in an alley. Then she betrayed me. She left me for dead. I was pondering what we should do, as she floated me in the air and floated herself, leaving me floating there still. And with her floating onto the top of the roof, then she turned off her quirk and I fell into the zombies. As you're probably wondering what my quirk is, since I'm one of the two boys that was born every 10 years. See, I was born along with my friend Katsuki Bakugo. He had a cool explosion quirk, while I had this thing that if someone gets sick, I could copy that quirk and then use that quirk as my own. But since in this everybody's evolved, nobody even got sick or got the flu. So I couldn't really copy anybody's powers, since I have to actually have that sickness to copy their power. Then we skip a few days after this event. I woke up and I felt drowsy, as then I saw like how the sky, it was blood red, as everybody was walking around all zombie-ish. As then I thought to myself that I should get out of here. As then I noticed that I could understand these people, with everybody saying, like, where are more humans, so then we can eat their brains. It's weird. I could understand them, but I didn't get any of the urges that they did. I felt my normal self. As I ran off into the forest, I found this cave. As when I entered this cave, I was knocked out by something. As we skip a few days later. So, you think he's gonna wake up? I don't know. Where am I? Oh, he's up. So, what you doing here, kid? I don't know. Where am I? You're in a cave. I'm Kai. This is my brother Ko. And we're kind of the reason that this whole apocalypse happened. Sorry. Wait, what? What do you mean you were the reason that this apocalypse happened? See, a guy a few days ago came in here looking for a old treasure of ours. It being that scythe over there. um, he was being real greedy and he decided to try and take it. But what he didn't realize is that you have to be a zombie to wield it, but with a sane mind, like you do. So you'd be perfect to wield it. And because he wasn't like you are, he kind of turned into a zombie. We're being mindless as he roamed off, and we don't know what happened after that. Well, I can tell you that. Well, I can tell you what happened. I replied. Well, yeah. That he kind of caused an entire apocalypse with biting everybody. Oh, didn't realize that could happen. Well, I did. Well, we did, but. Mm. So, what can that scythe do? Well, it really isn't just a scythe. It's either a sword or a scythe. Okay, so how did you guys get here? Well, we were sleeping up until that guy came in, and he woke us up from him turning into a zombie. His grunts really annoyed us, so we chose to wake up at that time. Okay, so what should I do now? Well, you could take that scythe and take us with you. Why not? Uh, okay, we're going back to my view as me being the narrator. Izuku takes the scythe and puts Kai and Ko into a backpack that he was wearing. These Kai and Ko can shrink down. As we skip back to Izuku's view. I wonder if I can find an old music shop around here, so I can listen to some music in this very dull place. As we skip back to my view, being the narrator. A few hours go by. He finds a music shop and he starts rumbling around. AC/DC, nah. K-pop, nah. As then he going back to my view, he sees on the ground an MP3 player. As now we go back to Izuku. Ooh, MP3 player. Wonder if it has any cool music on it. As when he goes to pick it, when he goes to pick it up, he gets hit on the head, saying, "Oh, ow! What the hell?" As he sees Jiro. What the hell? As then I looked up and saw, and said, "Pretty lady." Ugh. As then I stepped out of it. What the hell? As she freaked out. Very much, saying, "Ah, zombie!" As I said, "Don't hit me, please, please don't hit me." As a few minutes go by with us just staring at each other. As I say, "Can I take this MP3 player? Kind of bored being a zombie and all." So you, as she replied with, "So you are a zombie and not some guy with a weird mutation quirk?" Well, I'm one of the two only guys, so why would I have a mutation quirk? Pretty much everybody's heard of me. True. And you are a guy? Yes, I'm a guy. One of the two guys. The one with the weak quirk, not Katsuki Bakugo. Ah. As then she called out, "Momo, it's okay, you can come out now." As a friend of hers came out, being Momo Yayorozu. As my mind went blank again. Ugh. What just happened? As I see that I am walking closer to them. As I stop myself. And I think, huh? As then I think, I gotta go. As then the two girls say, "Have you seen yourself in the mirror?" Uh, I've seen shards of glass on the ground, so a little bit. As then they bring out a full on, as they direct him to the bathroom, so he can have a look at himself. As he goes into the bathroom to see this, he knew, well, he was wearing a red jacket, and also he's missing a whole chunk next to his mouth. And he says, huh. So that's how I look. Hey, Kai. Why the hell didn't you tell me that I look like this? Huh? Sorry, Zuku. Yeah, sorry. We kinda didn't really think that it needed to be mentioned, since you kinda look like us. Okay, that makes more sense. As then I walked out, saying, "Thank you for directing me here. I'm going to take this MP3 player and that guitar over there." As I put the MP3 player in my pocket and press play on it, seeing that it actually that it was my old MP3 player that I dropped, that I lost a couple weeks ago. This having all my old jams on it that I used to listen to. As then I put my headphones then I put some headphones on and started listening. As then I grabbed the guitar and started walking. Right as I was about to leave, that girl Jiro grabbed my shoulder and says, "Where are you going?" As I replied with, "I don't know, just wondering." As then she said, "Well, we're going to the UA building, since it's a safe place where everybody can go." Well, as I replied with, "Well, if you haven't seen I Am a Zombie, they would shoot me on sight." As then Jiro said that um there's a mask shop across the street. That's true. How did I forget that? Oh yeah, my brain's rotting. Okay, I'm gonna go there, see if there's any masks that I like. As by that, a few minutes go by, I came back to them. They were huddled up in a corner. As I came in wearing this. With right as I came in the door, they saying, "Should we kill him?" As I said, "Wait, what?" So you came in at a bad time. As I I clapped my hands together, and right as my hands were coming apart, I summoned the scythe. It looking like this being its regular form. As they said, I thought in the news they said you had like a weak DNA quirk. As I replied with, "Yeah, that's true, but this isn't my quirk. I can, well, now that I'm in the zombie apocalypse, and now that I'm a zombie, and since it's kind of an infection, I can absorb quirks, so yeah, that's nice. But this is just a really cool weapon that I found. As well as two dragons that came along with it. As out from the backpack popped Kai and Ko, with them saying, "Hi!"
Hey.
With Jiro and Momo jumping back, being scared. With me reassuring them, it's fine. They won't bite. They're actually pretty nice. They're like me. They don't enjoy meat. They can eat meat. They just prefer to eat fruits, like me. As I pulled out an apple, showing them that I could eat apple and they could eat fruits. Like, so then it seemed that we weren't as threatening as they most likely thought I was. Well, we were. As they calmed down. He also kind of looks like this. This being my view. As Izuki says, so you want to go to the UA building? The UA building? With them replying with yes. As we go outside, so which way is it? My mind is kind of going a little dark, being me being a zombie, and it's kind of rotting. With them going, making a really weird, grossed out face, saying, "Well, it's like northish." As then I said to Kai to go and take a look in the sky to see if he could spot it. With them giving a description of it. As he flew up in the sky. Okay. This being my view, I think I should show you what Kai and Cole look like. This is what Kai looks like in his fully grown form. In his shrink down form, he pretty much looks like this, but much smaller and a little bit friendlier. He actually has eyes in his smaller form. and this is Cole. He's pretty much a armored zombie dragon. And Kai is pretty much a unarmored zombie dragon. He has an intense fire. Well, Kai has intense fire. Well, Cole has the ability to go intangible, kind of like a ghost. Also, something that I should mention about Izuku. The quirks that he's copied, that he's absorbed, dash copied, since it's more like he copies them, and they go into like a mental bank of his. He's gotten a fire manipulation, earth manipulation, and water manipulation. He's gotten a flying quirk, as well as a intangibility quirk, kind of like Mirio's. But it's like he's like a ghost. He can float above the ground, and he kind of looks like a wisp. He kind of looks like Danny Phantom if you want to be more specific. Some of the other quirks that he's gotten is metal manipulation, which means he can manipulate metal to his will, and an explosion quirk, but somewhat weaker to Bakugo's, but it's more like a weakened down version of Bakugo's, so he can perform small explosions. As then let's go back to Izuku's. As a few seconds later, Kai comes down saying that it's actually south that they have to go. As then I said that luckily I have my friends here, otherwise we'd be going in a completely different direction. As they were all concerned, but being all scared a bit, saying yeah, in a jittery voice. As I said, shall we go? With them saying yes. As we started walking, with them saying that how they got where they were, and with them, I don't want to come up with that whole entire story for them. But then they hear Izuki's story about how he was betrayed by Uraraka. Also, in this, Katsuki isn't as much as a jerk. In this, He's actually nice. He just has anger issues. But he's not a dick to Izuku. Well, that much of a dick to Izuku. As he tells his story how he was betrayed by his girlfriend Ochako Uraka, and how he met Ko and Kai, and how he got the sick ass scythe that he has. Something that I should mention about the scythe. He can transform it in between a scythe and a sword. Both the sword and the scythe have different forms that he can choose. While he was in the forest, meeting Kai and Cole, he tested out all the forms, seeing which one he likes the most. Okay, let's get back to Izuku's view. How much longer is it going to take for us to get there? As Kai flew up into the air, saying that it's only like a couple miles left. As then, let's say half an hour goes by, because they also had to avoid zombies. Something I should mention, being Mimi. Izuku has created things to since all zombies have heightened senses, so that more like they have heightened hearing, and mainly just hearing. As he creates sound grenades to makes it so then wherever the grenade lands, it creates a small sonic boom, which draws the zombies over there. He gives a couple of those to Jiro and Momo. As we get so a couple 30 minutes go by as they reach UA. As let's go back to Izuku's view. So how are we supposed to get in? As Jiro and Momo said, we don't know. As then this voice came out. Halt! Who's there and what is your business here? As Jiro said that we came here for the protection so we wouldn't die from the zombies. As Momo said yeah, and I said yeah. As a small crevice opened up with someone directing them towards in. As when they got in, they saw a whole bunch of people. Well, they saw two people. This being, let's see, a female Kaminari Denki, and a female Zero. Since everybody in this is female, so everybody in Class 1A and Class 1B, and literally everybody in My Hero Academia, has been gender swapped, with except for Izuku and Katsuki. As they lead them to the inside of UA. As they told them to, if they need them to, so Kaminari and Sero asked me if I needed to, if they needed them to carry anything for them. This being Izuku's view, as I said no thanks, that I've got everything under control. Same how she mentioned about Izuku. All his form attributes, such as his hearing, his eyesight, his smell, his taste, including as he's gotten a speed boost and a strength boost. So pretty much everything about him got like a ×5 boost. As then they Kaminari and Sero brought them to the Principal Nezu's office. Okay, something that I should mention in this that I forgot to mention. Nezu is still a guy, since he's a quirked animal with a high intellect. As then, in his calm, soothing voice, he says, "Hello, and welcome to UA. I am Nezu, and I am the principal of the former school known as UA High." As Jiro says that they know. As then Nezu said that, "Okay, what business do you have here?" As they repeated what they said to the gate. We need protection from the zombies." As then Nezu said that, "Okay, you three are going to need to prove yourselves to see if you're worth keeping. So, since we don't want to have any blind spots, except for people that since you three look like you can handle yourself, so we think that you might be good for going on patrols." As they say that, well, Jiro and Momo said that they were planning on becoming heroes, it, like before the apocalypse started. As in, I said that I was planning on becoming one too. As Jiro and Momo were shocked at this, well, had like a shocked expression on their face, since they didn't know that he had those plans. As a couple minutes go by, as each one of them are doing solo tests against zombies. So Jiro has a bat, and Momo has a bat and a few sound grenades from Ozuki's collection. As Jiro has, well, no, they're using Jiro and Momo are using their quirks to beat the zombies. These being one-on-ones. And they decided the difficulty. As with Izuku, he said, well, this being, sorry, something I forgot to mention. This is my view. Okay. So also a little break from the story. If you like this way that I'm doing this, representing doing it in like first person and some third person, say in the comments and I'll do more of these. Because for this entire series I'll be doing it in some first person, some third person, as well as yeah, in maybe some other series, if you'd like. Okay, so let's go to Izuki's view. Jiro and Momo chose the medium range, as I chose, well, the plus ultra rank, which is pretty much the extra hard variant in it. Don't know why they decided to call it the plus ultra difficulty, but still I went with it. As a couple minutes go by, after these couple minutes go by, Jiro and Momo have passed. Because Jiro and Momo, well, they have actually pretty powerful quirks. Jiro has earphone checks that if she plugs them into amplifiers, she can make her heartbeat go give her heartbeat beat like I don't understand it. And with Momo, she just has a really cool creation quirk, but she turns her lipids into stuff, so kind of a drawback. As then it was my turn. I didn't give them a description of my quirk, except I told them that I was one of the two boys that was born with one of the only two boys in the world. So they just went off that. As when I was going out there, I took my mask off, with everybody seeing my zombie face. With President Mike on the amplifier saying that, wow, either he's a zombie that has infiltrated us, or um, as then I cut her off and saying, because of my quirk, I have complete control of my body. I have like an anti thing inside my body which pretty much stops the whole zombie thing from taking control. With Nesu being curious about this, saying in his head that, well, that could be very useful. As also something that I should mention, a couple students are watching this, with them being shocked that he's a zombie, as he takes off his jacket and this having him having a singlet on. Well, no, him having his sleeveless jacket on underneath. He's still wearing the stuff that he usually wears. So he takes off his Assassin's Creed jacket, just leaving him and tying that around his waist. As he cracks his neck and all of his bones, as everybody can see like the scars on his body, like where he had to reattach skin, and like the stitch across his nose, where he had to reattach that. But the one thing that he couldn't stitch up was the chunk of skin that the cheek part of his skin fell off, which really really doesn't do anything, but it was just annoying to be there, which means flies go into his mouth, which annoys him. As he starts walking, as then a whole horde of zombies came at him. Also, something that I should mention: some zombies can use their quirks. Those zombies are the ones that Izuku can copy. As then someone with an ice quirk came at him, with him just dodging it, doing a little slide, doing a little jump to the side. Also, all the fights in this will be in my view, so I'll be explaining what happens. He jumps to the side as he then grabs it by its face and copies its quirk, then engulfing it in ice. As then a zombie comes, another zombie just comes by. Well, a regular zombie comes by, one that can't use its quirk. As then he pulls out a revolver. Him fueling it with a lightning-based quirk that he got. I forgot to mention this, but he did also get a lightning-based quirk, as he charged this shooting like a plasma shot. It kind of being like the hand cannons from Destiny, shooting like a bolt of energy at it. Him shooting it through the head, as he put it away. As then this big brooding zombie comes out, this being a zombified muscular. As Izuku being, well, that's got to be one of the biggest zombies that I've ever seen. And it seems like he's using a quirk. That'll be useful. As he forms a little bit of ice on the on the zombified muscular's feet. As he has a look around at it, as then he uses his revolver and shoots the zombified muscular's kneecaps. As then he taps muscular on the back, absorbing his quirk. As then he uses the muscle augmentation quirk to pretty much destroy Muscular. Something I should mention. All Might is watching this. This being a female All Might. She being surprised, and she hasn't found a successor yet. Thinking that he might actually be a good successor, ignoring the whole zombie thing. As out of nowhere, he just pulls out a bag of nuts, like trail mix. He starts eating them. As Jiro tells them that he can eat fruit, fruit instead of how zombies usually go for brains. He can pretty much just be, he's pretty much just a regular human, just with zombified features. As then Izuku, as Izuku brings out his scythe, him like doing the whole thing where he claps his hands together, him with this summoning his scythe, him grabbing it, with him then tapping the blade on the tip of the blade on the ground, this changing the form, him saying ignite, as the blade the scythe changes into turning into this, saying this is my blaze scythe, with Jiro and Momo being absolutely surprised by this, with him just dragging it on the ground, with him saying, I've been thinking about this for a while, mainly since Jiro and Momo brought up coming to UA, but I was thinking, my hero name is gonna be the Grim Reaper. As he slashes down, creates a huge slash, sending out a flame, making like a flame slash, obliterating a horde of zombies that was coming towards him. As he pops the scythe away, as he just goes around looking, as he also, with his zombie eyes, he can actually see if someone, like the zombies, had like a quirk that they could use. As he starts looking around to see for any zombies that had like a potentially good quirk. As he sees a whole as he starts looking, as he sees one with a quirk, and he goes up to it. This being a explosion quirk. This adding on to his prior explosion quirk. He finds one that has a magnetation quirk, which pretty much he can make. That quirk can pretty much make anything magnetized. He found a guy that had wings, like that could, and then he also found one that could augment his own body. Not like musculars, but he can pretty much just turn his body into different shapes. As that will be where I'm ending this. So, tell me in the comments if you enjoyed the way that I did this video. And also, the next video that I'll be doing is either is going to be what if Deku had the Omnitrix, since one of the people that commented, I think was, well, give me a minute. Well, because of this guy here, he asked me to bring back the Ben 10 one. So because of him, you're going to be getting what if Deku had the Omnitrix. So, see you in the next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want. You don't have to. I really don't care. I'm doing this because of the fun of it. And goodbye.